Hello,
Demon.
Demon. Uh, and welcome once more to the neonate table of Philly by Night, where on this 27th of May, we pan the camera to two of the masculine presenting individuals of the coterie having a night to discuss times of old. But before we get to all that, Moriarty, before you choose to go hunting and fill your stomach, as we've already taken care of that, you open your eyes. And there, in the corner of the room, is half of a person. I think it's a person. It's person S shaped, but it's solid black? No, it's a shadow. No, it's made of shadow. Wait, what's going on here? It is from about just above the gut up, this humanoid form that seems to come out of the wall and attempt to pull itself through. And you hear in whispers and hushed tones, but you don't understand what's being said. But there's just this cold chill that covers you until finally it seems to be ripped back into the wall and gone.
Not disturbing at all. He's just Liam is just gonna sit there for a minute, just kind of looking at the wall as if it grew ahead, because in many ways it did. And
right?
And he's just gonna he's not gonna take his eyes off it. He's just gonna very slowly just get out of bed and just be like, not today, not today, not today. Just any day. Actually, no days. No, thank you. Just no. And he's just gonna carry on and get dressed. And the one thing he's going to do before he leaves to go hunting is that he's gonna text his retainer, Evelyn.
Right.
And he's just gonna send her a simple text of
That's right. I need her sheet because you're here today. I give sheets to important NPCs. Right?
And we thank you for it.
Let's see. I know what I'm gonna do. Are you just texting her or dialing it up?
I'll give her a quick ring.
All right. Couple rings in. She picks up. Hey, boss. What's up?
Oh, nothing. Just wanted to let you know that I'm going to be out most of the evening. Anything comes up, just simply send me a quick text and I'll sort it out when I get round to it.
Yeah. Still working on that info we talked about last time. Those people are vanishing. Some of these other yahoos are moving into their abandoned territories. It's getting weird out here.
It appears weird shit is the norm around here.
It's Philly. I thought New York was weird.
Do you know what? So did I. Yeah, just keep your eye on things. Otherwise, I hope you're having a good evening.
And so far so good. No one shot at me.
Make sure they don't, please.
Yeah, I'll do my best.
That's a good girl. Okay, right. I'll speak to you later. And he just hangs up.
So, as you finish your phone call, Oscar, you've wakened. You've gone hunting without much issue. Both having priorly been informed. The night beforehand, Thomas alerting the coterie that you guys shouldn't hunt around the coterie haven for a little while.
Yeah, he did.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And,
much to general just the heavy sigh, the pinching of the bridge of his nose, and just this just is gonna be a normal that I have to get used to. And when he gets up, he's gonna look around for his sire and see if his sire is in the apartment or if he's fucked off.
he is. He has not yet risen.
Wait, what? How? Huh?
It seems that he hasn't yet risen from day sleep. As you've woken up at normal time, he's a little bit late behind the curve. But as you sit there and kind of like wonder, like, what the fuck? You're usually up before I am. You do see the analog breathing come back, the blush returning to his face as he does rise from day sleep.
Have you been partying too much, old man?
So what is? I don't need your sass. I'm not even awake all the way. Shut up.
Fine, I suppose. I just want to make sure you're all right. You don't usually sleep in. I am usually up after you are.
Yeah, well, I'm getting old. Leave me alone.
Grouchy old. This is why I call you a grouchy old man. This is why. If you
Yeah,
ever wonder why, this is why.
yep. And you're a wise ass little fucking child. I got it.
Only to you. Only to you. In any case, I'm going to be out and about for tonight. I am probably going to end up crashing elsewhere too. Just letting you know so you don't freak the hell out.
Yeah. No. You're good. When you do get a chance, I met another one of us in the city. I probably could put you in contact with him. Seems like good people.
Who? There's more. I know
Uh,
there was more of us here, but I wasn't 100% sure who else was here.
yeah. Calls himself Nathaniel. Good kind of guy. I guess one of your friends, I guess, knows him.
I'll have to, I guess, get in touch. There was something else. There was a business card that I was looking into that does. I need to find a mechanic for my car. The one back in New York, I don't anticipate wanting to drive all the way back to New York to get. So, do you know of any custom car guys that'll work on cars from the 70s?
You know, I think Nathan mentioned something about a guy that does that kind of stuff. Uh, one of the other guys that was around for all the fire and brimstone a few months back. The hell was his name? I can't remember, but there's one of them. Member of the family.
Oh, this will be fun. Okay, I'll have to look into both of those guys, I suppose. I guess because
Yeah.
we need to get to know the members of the family, especially if we're going to be sticking around.
Yeah, yep. I'm trying to round them all up so like we can get working together and have a strong front. You know, we can't rightly earn a primogen if we're not working together.
There is that. There is that. Well, I will leave you to your reading or whatever it was that keeps you up so late at night, and I will keep you posted on anything weird or strange that goes on.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna link up with Nathaniel again. So if I'm not back
Okay,
by the time you get here, I'm fine.
okay, good. If anything goes south, feel free to call me.
Yeah, no, he's got a place. If we need to hide out, we'll crash there.
All right, just stay safe. You're not allowed to die. I wouldn't have gone through half the shit I did. It was gonna end up getting you
Yeah.
killed.
Well, I already hear about your escapades.
Oh, do you now? What exactly have you heard
I
about?
do. Finding the primogen for one. You
We did do
defend.
that.
You're a defensive little shit. You know that.
Hmm.
You should calm down.
I mean,
God, if I didn't know any better, I'd say you were British. Always up in arms about stuff.
that is an insult, And if I
I
weren't
know it
about to
is.
be late, if I weren't about to be late to see who I am seeing right now, I would kick your ass. But I have better shit to do tonight.
Oh, you could try, boyo.
I would try.
Yeah,
Probably get my ass
yeah,
whooped,
you
but I
would
would
try.
still try.
That's right.
We did get a good old pat on the back from the man in charge, though, which was
Oh,
nothing to
good.
shake a stick at.
Keep it up. Our family needs a good name in this town. You know, most of the tower doesn't really appreciate us. So,
I know.
between you, Nathan, and I think that one other guy, I can't remember his name. We'll figure it out. You, try to earn some clan respect. Maybe we can get a Primogen, a seat in the official office. I don't know how Venture do shit. I don't know. He's probably got like a long ass table with his name engraved in it.
It really wouldn't surprise me. It probably made of the same wood of that scepter. Anyway, let us. You have a good evening there, old man, and we'll grab his keys and make his way out into the car. To his car, and once he's in the car, mostly because, and he's gonna like mutter under his breath as he's leaving, walking down the stairs, he's just gonna go, "Fucking British! I've never in my life," and just grouchy about it, and is gonna call him as soon as he's in the car.
All right, getting in the car, whipping out the cell phone, calling Liam.
Hello?
Hi, how are you this evening?
Woke up a little bit hungry, but I've managed to sort that out. How are you?
Oh, wonderful! I've just been compared to a Brit of all things.
The shock, the horror.
Look here, you smarmy piece of shit. I can kick your ass. I swear I can.
Oh, I know you can. Still not going to stop me,
Yes.
though.
Oh, it never fucking has before. In any case, I was hoping we could meet up for that chat. I know there was some debate. Where?
Hmm. Yeah, it's probably best to have it somewhere a little bit more private than like a local bar.
Yeah, probably it's a good idea considering all the things that we have to talk about. So, and the old man is still at home, so we can have a couple of different options. We can just drive around and have this conversation, or wherever you prefer. I am flexible in this matter.
I mean, you're more than welcome to come over to my haven if you wish.
Are you sure you want me to come over there?
Absolutely.
Big
It's either
deal.
that, or we could go to the Coterie Haven. Either or.
I mean, there is a Kindred owned and operated nightclub in town as well.
Or we
Oh, I
could go to
agree.
Malediction.
That's one way to do it. I've never been in a club like that before.
I have. Or actually, no. Scratch that. Have I, SD? Because I've been to Smashbox.
So they are connected, but there's a good wall that separates them.
Yeah. Take that back.
Given some of the things that happens in each location, it's best to keep them separate. And that's a two-way street.
So yes, we could go to Malediction. It'd be my first time there as well, actually. I mean, I've been to Smashbox, which is right next door to it, but I've never been in the club.
You'll have to tell me about that because I hear, based on what I was reading on this, it's a rage room. You'll have to explain to me the concept of what that is because I'm not 100% sure, but we shall speak. I am going to be pulling up to your place shortly. And
There you go. I'll get us a table.
interesting. All right then. And so we'll just go have been Yeah, no, he's just gonna make his way.
Yeah.
It will hang up and just make his way, I guess, to Liam's place.
Liam's gonna call Malediction to ask for effectively somewhere where he and Oscar can have a private conversation, very little to no risk of breaking the masquerade.
Yeah, once more, there's a female that answers the phone. You recognize this voice as the fiery redhead that has often been seen in company of the sheriff, since you were deputized for a night. Giving her a name, she would probably even recognize the mask name. I'm sure the sheriff has informed them of such things. Oh, right. You're one of her friends. Sure thing, honey. We'll get you the VIP suite.
Thank you very much. Much appreciated. And then he's just gonna... one thing he is gonna do before, like, he will have headed back to the Haven after hunting. He will have effectively gone into his bedroom real quick and grabbed out of a jewelry box a chain that has a lot of knickknacks on it, a lot of small little baubles.
Ah, yes, that chain. The chain of chains.
And then he's just gonna put it in the inside pocket of his leather jacket. And then just head outside and wait for Oscar.
Yeah. You know, not even like 10 minutes later, somewhere probably around 5 to 7, you see Oscar's vehicle roar up to the side of the road. The Irishman sitting in the driver's seat.
He'll do a 2-finger salute from where he's sitting and gesture for Liam to get in the car. He's got a cigarette hanging out of his mouth as is custom.
Yeah, Liam gets in, sits down, just kind of looks over to Oscar and just like, "Hi."
Hi. You all right?
Not too bad, not too bad. Shall we then?
Sure. You want? And he will gesture to his center console and go, "You can borrow one if you need to." I know you have limited. He's pointing to a pack of cigarettes in his center console.
Oh yeah. He'll just reach over and just be like, "Thank you." He'll just take one, light it, and just.
Jesus Christ. No, yeah, it just will. He's got some Irish punk.
What was that, Wolfgar?
Said he's got some Irish punk music playing on the radio as they're driving all the way up there.
Still the classics.
You cannot blame me for my taste in music. It's a hell of a lot better than some folk.
No, I'm not complaining at all. I'm just saying it's nice to know some things never change.
Oh, well, some things do. He'll flash a look over at Moriarty.
I did promise to explain myself.
It's not as if it's really
No, it is. I need to explain a lot.
Well, so do I. Should be told. Yeah,
You
and
have
just
far
like
less to. You have far less to explain for yourself than you might think.
I'm sure that the fact that I intrinsically lied to you the entire time I knew you, yeah, that plays no bearing on anyone's thoughts about explanations one owes the other.
I'm sure that we'll get to talk more about this as we get there, when we get there. But if it's any consolation, I understand.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack there. And well, because he's confused. For a moment, though, like Oscar is slightly confused because it's just like, I lied to you the entire time and you just forgive me. Okay, that's a little weird. It's a concept he's not super familiar with, so he's just like, all right, we're gonna unpack this, but we're not gonna unpack this in the car because if we do, we're not leaving the car.
Liam, can you tell me in your chat whether Moriarty actually forgives him or not?
Now I need to find my chat. Sorry, there it is. Got it.
Yes, I know. Of course, it makes you look.
Okay. Oscar, can you give me a wits and insight?
Sure. That pool is not very big.
It's not the worst pool you got.
True, I could, but it's still trying to find the cooking.
I can make you do a medicine roll one night.
Oh, I don't have any dots in medicine. That person would die.
Exactly.
Why would you do that to them?
roll for medicine. I call Catherine. I call Boone.
I call Catherine or Boone. One of the two.
Acceptable answer to that request.
Oh shit. Okay. I rolled 3 with a bestial fail.
Moriarty seems to be telling the truth as far as you can tell.
That still perplexes him even more. But he's just like, wait, what? Hold on a minute. Why?
Oh. But a short ride later, you guys are able to pull up to the parking lot of Malediction, sporting all kinds of neon red and purple lights, very much screaming like the cyberpunk Den of Sin vibe. Going inside, it's very much the same, almost a light smoky atmosphere without the smoke. Lots of red lighting from the ceiling and corners, neon lights around the top. In some areas, there's like almost silken curtains hanging, blocking off hallways and such. You were actually led down one of these hallways by one of the employees. Down through the silken curtains, down into another area where you are able to be put into a VIP room, which is essentially 3 corners of 3 walls of the room have the like cushioned booth seating, and there's a table right there in the middle. Woman looks up again. This woman that at least Moriarty recognizes, the fiery red hair spilling down her shoulders. Can I get you guys anything else?
Question for the ESD. We can with blush we can drink like actual beverages, can't we?
So you can drink it. You will not be able to keep it down, nor will it get you drunk.
You
will have to make a willpower roll. I believe the time's about an hour.
Yes.
Before you have to. Bleh.
Fair enough. Yeah, he's just going to tell you, I'm all good. Oscar?
No, all I need is an ashtray.
Oh, too easy. I'll be right back.
Yeah, ashtray.
Takes off. A couple minutes later, just brings one back, sets it in the middle. There you go. If you need anything, there's a button right here by the door. It'll ring the desk, and we can come see what's up. Enjoy your stay at Malediction. And she sends her regards and kind of winks.
At who?
Yes.
Oscar's very confused. Why is she winking at me? Who? I'm assuming it's the owner of Malediction, which I think is on the business card, right?
It is. And Moriarty knows because he has been directly told who owns this place. So even without an insight roll, like, she's probably talking about Benny.
Yeah, she's probably talking about the sheriff, Benny Sorokin.
I remember meeting her. Oh, talk about women who could kill me.
You're not wrong.
Yes, so much. Is she the one that has the penchant for glitter?
She is the one who has a penchant for glitter. You should see Smashbox.
Speaking of Smashbox, what is this place? What is a raid room?
Oh. Yes, I should probably explain that. And then he just kind of sits down, and like Oscar will kind of like notice like the way in which he sits. It will be like the same way that Liam, like when he was kind, used to sit before he had to like go into a long-winded explanation about something. Just kind of like.
Okay, recognizing that, Oscar will sit across and just light a new cigarette and put his Zippo on the table with his pack of cigarettes because he doesn't feel the need to keep them on his person. And he's going to shrug out of his leather jacket because it's one of those things where it's just like, oh, I'm going to be here a while. And we'll fling it off across some of the benches.
Actually, yeah. Do you know what? That's actually a fair point. Liam's also going to take off his leather jacket as well, and I'm going to take off my leather jacket because it is hot.
Yeah,
it's summertime. Yeah,
but he's kind of. One thing I will say is that one of the sleeves on his shirt is riding lower than the other one, covering a specific part of the inside of his forearm.
That one. Okay. Yeah. Oscar's going to clock that, but is not going to throw off the groove of the explanation because he is curious and he thinks that if he waits around long enough, he might get answers to his questions.
And then Liam's effectively just going to be like, so just for my clarification, Smashbox is effectively a place where people can go and smash things and get things out of their system.
Yes, there is also another part to it that is specially designed for a little bit more potent matters.
Oh boy.
So yeah, he's literally just going to be like, so you know how, like, do you remember that when we went into Strain's basement and you basically decimated a wall to the point where we could see the earth outside?
Oh, yeah, that. Yeah, that.
Well, imagine a room designed specifically for that.
When you say designed specifically, do you mean for people who have the ability to break down walls?
I mean, for people who don't have noodle arms like mine and instead have fucking cannons like yours.
He'll look down at his arms and just kind of laughing like that. I have never had them compared to that before, but I will take that from you as a compliment. Noted. I'm definitely going to have to make an appearance. Oh, that's going to be fun. Just get a bat.
Yes, I believe that certain people from our coterie could use a little bit of release.
I mean, there's tension in there that you could literally cut with the back end of a butter knife, but
yes, you saw his text.
Don't. If I am fairly certain that if I had the ability to still get migraines, I would get them frequently, and I would get gray hair on top of it.
You're not the only one, trust me. Honestly.
I'm just hoping that he will get himself together sooner rather than later, because we can't have the entire group brought down because of someone else's inability to keep their shit together.
I couldn't agree more.
Well,
I have absolutely no idea what he's going through right now, other than the fact that his brother and ex appear to be after his hide.
Yeah, that. They both seem to have quite the bone to pick with him.
To be fair, given the way that he talks about certain people, I do not find that hard to believe.
Just hearing the man talk sometimes, I can guarantee you I know exactly why. And I don't blame him, at least to a partial point. But if one is accused of something one has not done, it can put quite a bee in one's bonnet.
Indeed. At the end of the day, he is a part of our coterie. And as much as I would like to see him thrown off a bridge, we look out for each other as
We
best
have
we
to.
can.
We have to. We rise and we fall as a group.
Especially with His Grace at the helm. He does not tolerate mistakes. Or, more specifically, he does not tolerate them lightly.
Yeah, no. That man is a specific brand of terrifying. I don't want to play the game of fuck around and find out with that at all.
You really don't. You really don't. That...
The tone in Moriarty's voice seems to change with that note as to I can't convey this with words that I know that will ring strong enough to get my point across. Which seems to leave this dark, dingy air lingering about the both of you as you kind of contemplate what that means.
Yeah. Oh, Oscar
Liam's definitely got a bit of a... Liam's definitely got a bit of a 1,000-yard stare at that point. Just...
Oscar.
Uh-huh.
Can you give me a wit and awareness?
Oh, shite.
I was going to go with insight, but I think awareness feels more appropriate in the moment.
Un momento, por favor.
Sí, for sí.
Okay, let's see how well or how badly. Oh God, that's terrible.
Okay. Do you want to do anything with that?
I don't know. Sure, I guess I'll spend. How much willpower do I have? Am I at full willpower?
Yeah. No, you have recovered all of your willpower. You only spent 3 the other night, and you are able to recover 3.
Excellent. So yeah, we'll spend a willpower at the moment. Why not? Oh, 3. I'm up to 3.
Spend a first one for the night. Yeah. No, you've seen this kind of look before. This is having been back home and the land's so green and fought the people that you fought. You've seen this kind of thing before, but not under these kind of circumstances. Usually it happened to men who were so traumatized by what they saw that they entered an almost temporary state of shock, often referred to as like shell shock, that they just stared off as if remembering something or replaying something in their mind.
Upon noticing that and recognizing it for what it is, he's gonna reach forward and kind of like tap on Liam's forearm. Oi. Hey. You don't have to go back.
Sorry.
Don't apologize. I recognize the look.
Yeah.
You don't have to go back there. You're here now.
I'm glad you're here, Oscar. Genuinely.
Here. been too long. But I'm glad to see you nonetheless.
If but a little changed.
It's not detracted anything if that's what you're worried about.
6 years, no contact.
I have been alive for a long time, or at least longer than most folk, and I can tell you that time is a drop in the bucket a lot of the times. And we tend to have a different way of viewing things. It was a long time, probably by some standards, but you know, what is it? It is what it is. Common American phrase I've heard used a lot.
Yeah, it is. But I did say I owe you an explanation.
You don't. If you want to tell me, you can, but don't feel like you
I do.
have to.
No, I do.
And yet the floor is yours.
Suppose it's only fair that I start. Do you remember when those, I believe it was a shootout up in, Brooklyn?
Oh God. Yeah,
Yeah.
vaguely. Yeah. Why?
My friend Evelyn got caught in the crossfire.
Oh. Oh, shite.
I took her to the nearest hospital that I could find, and snuck her in, started looking for supplies. I was about to go and threaten someone into helping her. And that's where I met him. My sire, or soon to be sire. He helped Evelyn. He helped her recover. And we formed a sort of correspondence. Fast track. A little while later, I got in trouble, Oscar.
What kind of trouble that you feel like you couldn't tell me?
Owing the wrong kind of debts to the wrong kind of people. Trouble.
All right.
These were people that they knew who you were. They knew a lot of stuff. And they were prepared to
Blackmail.
they were prepared to go scorched earth. So I did the only thing I thought I could do. I turned to this man because even from day one, he struck me as odd. And not odd as in eccentric, odd as in there was something about him. And I basically told him my situation. And he explained what we are. And he gave me a choice. I could either walk out of there with all of my memories taken away from me of that particular conversation and face the music, or he can make me his.
Okay.
I took the latter.
I had wondered. There was a few moments where groups thought they could deal with me, intimidate me into submission. I had no idea they were tied to you. They're no longer problems now,
Yes.
but
Mm,
fucking hell.
no, they're not. No, they are really not.
Well, I am grateful, I suppose, in some twisted fashion, that you are here. I just wish you would have told me, because I would have helped you. You know that, right? As close as we were, you knew exactly what I would do. At least in the basest way you were allowed to know.
Oscar, can you give me a wits and awareness?
Sure. Nice. Oh no, that's the wrong button.
Okay.
Sorry.
While Moriarty is talking about New York and everything that he kind of went through, for a split second, like faster than an eye blink, you could have sworn sitting next to him was some kind of dark figure. But maybe it was a trick of the light. It's not there now, so
Okay. And
it's one
I'm
of those
like,
things like you're looking at Liam and then like just off in your peripheral, it seems like the shape of a person, but then you like turn your vision to look at it and there's just nothing there.
that's yeah, no. Like his head will twitch for a second, almost like, and his eyes will flash like they're looked at something, but then they'll quickly come back to center. And Oscar's just like letting Liam finish his thought and his story because there are questions, but he's trying not to throw off the flow too terribly much.
Does Liam notice Oscar kind of just going, no?
Doesn't seem to notice. Liam is so wrapped up in the emotional part of telling this story. So,
That
like
actually does make
he's
sense.
really focused on like pouring this out to Oscar. But like everything in the peripheral is kind of like just haze, like TV static almost to a point.
That actually does make sense for Liam.
That makes sense for anybody. You fucking start trauma dumping and like the whole world kind of fades away, and there's only the person and the trauma.
What are they?
Yes, those. I learned a lot in those 5 years before I came here.
Did you?
But it was my intention to. It was my intention to come back. My sire was very, very poignant about maintaining the masquerade.
Good.
In spite of the fact that he's Autarchus.
Also, he doesn't swing one way or the other. I've been that a time or two.
He really doesn't. What was it he called vampire politics at one time? Rats on a sinking ship trying to decide who gets the last wheel of cheese.
It's pretty damn close. Yeah, it is. It is a bag of cats.
Hmm.
Of course, it's nowhere near as crazy as the bag of cats that I came from, but that's neither here nor there.
I'm guessing that you are not as young as you are, or as you've told me once before.
No, no, I'm not. I am. I was born. Oh Lord. In 1945, back in
Oh
Ireland.
my. Oh, that makes you about 70-ish.
Almost 80, actually. Not bad for an old man.
Looking good for your age.
Indeed, it helps that I was taken when I was the ripe old age of 25. Yeah. I
Taken.
wasn't even in. Yeah, I wasn't even in America for barely over 5 years.
I'm guessing it wasn't as voluntary as my embrace was.
Oh, I had no choice. And he stops for a second and just kind of like does one of these with his fingers.
Yeah. As he's taking this pause, somebody kind of opens the door, steps into the room. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize this room was occupied. My bad.
Do, do, do we recognize this person, or is it just...
No, you would see this individual because like I wanted a face claim, but just kind of like apologizes, like I'm sorry, and quickly like closes the door.
I'm not gonna lie, for a split second I thought that was Boone. Uh,
Oscar's just
yeah,
gonna be
and
nonplussed and raise an eyebrow, like, okay then.
I mean, interesting. I mean, I thought this part was private. I didn't realize anyone could just walk on in.
That is
No, you're in a
strange.
private room, but people can always pay for some of the other VIP rooms.
And just don't get told which door.
Yeah. Easy
That-
miscommunication, especially if the person's been like drinking, not paying attention. You get told room 2 and you open door 3, like, oh crap, wrong door.
Why is this 2 like a 5?
Damn it, Tequila, you always turn my numbers around.
Oh shit.
That looks like an upside down 8.
Yeah, no, Oscar's just gonna chuckle for a second, kind of thrown off a bit. Just gonna laugh. It's just like, to be able to be that drunk again. And we'll just lick the ashes and
Yeah, Liam's gonna pick up another cigarette, light it, and start smoking it as well.
indeed. But to answer your question, no, I was not given a choice on the matter. I was working security for a private party of sorts. I was doing the perimeter walk around while the main event was happening, and I jumped. I don't really remember much between, other than I was dragged. And then I came to having to dig my way out of a hole in the ground. I immediately had to start fighting for my life. That pit was a meat grinder. There were a few of us, at least a handful that I can remember, and I had to fight for my life.
ST.
Mm-hmm.
Liam Sire would have told him bits and pieces about the Sabbat.
Oh, absolutely.
Would he have told him about the shovelheads?
Oh, yeah, it's one of the most common things known about the Sabbat. In fact, it's probably one of the most stereotyped things. That all Sabbat make shovelheads to throw at their enemies, which is not always the case, as some are far more conniving and elusive. But the mass embracing and burying of new kind into kindred would very much be at least like one of those like uh, urban legends that everybody knows is true, but nobody ever gets to see it happen.
And if you do see it happen, you're probably the one doing it, or it being done to you.
Or you're the one, yeah, like you're the one seeing the dirt get shoveled on top of you.
Oh, so this is what it's like.
And
Liam is just gonna kind of lean forward and just kind of like, so you were brought in by that particular group.
yes, I was. It didn't seem to last for very long. I do remember at one point they did this thing that was later explained to me was the degeneration, and I told them to shove their philosophies right where the sun could no longer shine, apparently. Because if you're going to take everything from me, I will be damned if I subscribe to your philosophies.
How angry does thinking about that make Oscar?
It like in that like at this moment he's kind of at least processed it to the best of his ability because he has taken it out on hunting the Sabbat and fighting them when he had the chance to. So I mean it's still he's still angry, but it's not one of those things like it's not going to send him flying off the handle, but it's probably if
Yeah,
Liam
no.
him, he'll notice how pissed he is.
Can you give me a composure and resolve?
Sure. Blood die or no blood die? Am I adding humanity? Is this a frenzy?
No, just composure and resolve. You can add your blood
Okay.
die.
Okie dokie. Oh shit.
Liam.
I should oh.
No, you're fine. There's no bestial fails there.
Okay.
So, and this is not a frenzy check.
Okay.
Liam, as you were sitting there listening to Oscar tell their tale, they get to this part about their indoctrination and how they were brought into it, and you can see them like they've done some self-reflection. They've gotten past most of the anger, but this is still a very sore spot. And they may not know it, they may not be doing it intentionally, but you watch Oscar's eyes gloss over completely black.
Would Liam know that this is something to do with what the Sombra are well known for?
Give me an intelligence and occult.
Yay!
See, not all failures are bad. Sometimes it's just we want some flavor. I'm gonna hit you guys on
that's
the
fair.
Can't argue that.
It is the field. This is the field.
Yeah.
I love it.
Even self-restraint, there's some weakness.
Oh yeah, for sure. Ooh.
Reroll willpower.
Okay. Spending a willpower for Liam. That's the first one tonight.
That's all right.
Hey.
Oh yeah. You've heard about kindred that when their eyes go black, they have a connection to oblivion, to this dark world and energy and power that you don't really know a lot about. But even in your dealings with occult books and studying things that you've studied, especially given one of his fixations that he really wants answers about, you know that some kindred are connected to this hellish world that people call oblivion, and that this has an effect on kindred sometimes, this being one of them. Now, I should make it clear, I don't know if Oscar has outed themselves as a La Sombra, or if they've been maintaining their status as a Bruja.
No one's directly asked him, so he hasn't said
And in New York, Liam would know Oscar as a Bruja.
If I knew that he was kind at the time, kindred at the time.
Yeah.
That's if he figured
kindred,
it out.
He would be. Yeah. Well, if it got pieced together, that's what they were presented as.
Liam, without any upon realizing this, without any hesitation, is going to reach over the table and grab Oscar's hand, and he's just like, Oscar.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm sorry. I kind of for a second, kind of just. I don't really talk about that often.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
As you see Oscar kind of come back to like grounding themselves, you see the whites and the color return to their eyes, the black fading back into the corners and going back to wherever it came from.
And he'll just give Oscar's hand a little squeeze before letting go.
Yeah, Oscar will sit for a second, kind of come back out of it, and just kind of do one of these numbers where he starts rubbing his head and run his hands back through his hair, which is already kind of slicked back anyway, and we'll just kind of go, but yeah, that's that happened in 1970, so it's been a long time. But yeah, apparently I made an impression on my sire because he saw fit to take me and run, which was weird. I don't think he's ever really explained why, but
You said that you live with your sire, so he's still around?
Yeah, he's still around. We traveled together for survival for a long time.
Well, if it's any consolation, my sire was also embraced the same way as you were.
Oh, that's
He
horrible fate.
he left it. He left that whole deal behind. Maintained his independence ever since.
Huh. Must be a powerful man. Takes a lot to maintain his independence.
The best way I can describe my sire is that he is a complicated individual with hero complex.
Oh, well, he says leagues above what my sire said to me, but of the lesser of two evils, all things considered. But then again,
Evil is still evil.
Having who claimed you claim you, that has its own set of drawbacks and issues.
Has been a while since I spoke to him. I should probably check up on him some night.
Hmm.
I mean, God knows only what kind of situation he's got himself involved in. Although if he had it his way, he would prefer just to simply stay in a hospital and not get involved with anything.
It's still unsure of what my sire actually does for a living. He just disappears every night. I don't necessarily see what he does, so I've never really figured it out.
Well, given my experience working with you, looking after you is a bit of a full-time job.
Here, asshole. He hasn't had to. I have not been under his accounting for decades at this point. Speaking of accounting, where the hell is your? Do they just not care? Do they just send their little hoardlings out to deal with whatever it is all on their own? Like, you got this, kid. Boot. Is that how this works?
I mean, I survived fairly well since coming to Philadelphia.
I am sure you have had quite an interesting thing dealing with war.
To be fair, the war was already there when I got here.
I'm not entirely blaming you for anything other than running a poor fledgling over, but that's irrelevant.
Yeah, that particular individual still hasn't forgiven me.
You hit me with a fucking car, I wouldn't forgive you either.
It was a high tension situation. I did the best I could. I learned to drive in New York.
Are you sure? Are you sure it wasn't that leftover British I'm gonna drive on the left side because fuck everything around me?
I'll have you know that I have lived in New York pretty much my entire life, so don't spew that imperialist British bullshit on me.
You know, I cannot help it. I still remember the first night I met you and the bar we were in, and how I was like, there's no way this pompous British ass is going to be able to be of any use to me. And then you talked yourself out of an ass kicking on which I was fairly certain you were going to walk away with several broken bones on. So let's us you know what you're about.
I know my strengths.
But does he know his weaknesses?
Real question here, Ryan, is does he know his limits?
Is there a difference?
There really is.
Is not knowing his limits a weakness for him? Or does he consider it a strength?
We'll find out next week.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z. Fucking hell. Yeah. No, that was good. I needed that laugh. I needed that laugh.
I think we could all do a reason to laugh now and nights.
Having that every so often is not a bad thing, to be sure.
Oscar, while you're sitting there, your phone buzzes. Just a single time. It's not a call. Probably some kind of
Okay.
alert or message.
Yeah, it's gonna look real quick.
It's just a text. $3 followed by the words "is taken care of." From your sire.
Oh, money is taken care of.
That's probably what it means.
I don't know what that pertains to out of character. I'm sure Oscar would probably know, but Wolfgar does not help me.
I mean, you guys have been trying to work towards getting funding to start the establishment.
That okay, cool. I feel less like it says good to know, and we'll uh, we'll we'll click it, send it, and then stick his phone back in his pocket.
Yeah, as you're going to do it, it buzzes again. It just says "thank him later," and you can see it. Put it back in your pocket.
Kim, who the fuck is him? Thank him later. I don't know who him is, and Oscar's just like really confused, but has other things on his mind at the moment. God damn it, Einar. Fucking
In
sticker.
walks
Every
Prince Sexton.
time I
He
see
is
that, I can
him.
use
I don't know. He paid in weird coins that seem to have his face printed on all of them. Real Caligula kind of guy.
Real Caligula. This is
John
uh,
Caligula Sexton.
God.
How'd you learn his
Don't
middle
let-
name?
How'd you learn his name? Fuck. We're all gonna die. Prince John is gonna rock fall every
John,
time.
there's spies in your courtroom.
This is how Liam and Oscar die. They Icarus too close to the sun.
Purge all the coteries.
All of the coteries. Mama's special boy is Prince now. I don't want to harass Dillard. I don't. I would rather not. So so as the laughter kind of tapers off a bit, I was going to say, I do feel like I owe you some apology.
For what?
For one, lying to you. That's a big one. Usually most people get real pissed off when you lie to them. The fact that you aren't is not a thing that I am really necessarily directly used to.
You did what was necessary in order to protect yourself.
Why?
Oscar is that if there's anything that I can respect, it is when people do what they have to. I was a simple kind. I was a simple, ordinary human. You had no reason to tell me anything.
You have no idea how important you were. Still are. Do you?
I mean,
You cannot be surprised. There are things that you do not know, that you are not privy to, that I was this close and you would have never had to worry about it again. I got into an argument with the old man about it. Said I was too young for the responsibility. Then and he's gonna like go to speak, and then almost like he thinks better of it and almost chokes on his own tongue. Like he's trying to hold himself back because he realized he just said a lot in that moment. So he's just kind of like, look, that out loud. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that.
No, 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 no. I'm not going to lie. If you had offered that to me before I became what I am now, I would have taken it.
Whereas in Irish Gaelic, when you came to me in the weeks of what I know now was leading up to this predicament you are in now, I respected you too much, and much to my sire's chagrin, I believe his words were, "He is a kind, why don't you just take it?" He did not have a very high opinion of them. Still doesn't. Not really. At least not that he's shown obvious to me, but
Common trait among kindred, especially the older ones.
well, I don't know if he was old so much as he was angry at a lot. But that's neither here nor there. It's not about him. I respected the fact that you deserved more of a life that you needed or wanted in this. You wanted better. Didn't stop you from trying to get better. I wish I knew more then than what I know now, but that's neither here nor there. I'm just glad you're here now. As macabre as it is to rejoice in another man's misery,
It was every step that took me to here that has reunited us and given me more insight in this life and what it has to offer. There are only so few things I would change.
And what are those things, Moriarty?
he does have that curious look on his face of like, well, are you going to keep me in suspense all evening? I'm curious. If you feel like sharing, I will not make you.
What kind of chairs are these?
So this is a cushioned like booth. If you've ever been to like a club or like a restaurant, like Applebee's or something, and they have like the booth facing the booth, it's kind of like that, but it wraps around 3 walls. Like if you've ever seen a gangster movie and there's the boss like leaning back and he's got like a goon on each side and a table in front of him.
Yep. Perfect. He's going to slide closer to Oscar.
Eyes are going to follow him the entire way. It's just like, okay.
If there's one thing I would have changed, in particular, I would have come looking for you sooner.
Truth be told, if I had any kind of sense, I would have looked for you before I left. But I think I did try to, but it did not yield fruitful, and I got yelled at. by a couple of people. Fuck are you asking about that for? Got the tower shoved up your ass. Why are you here?
Yes, that would have been quite difficult because how long ago was it that you left New York?
ST, how long?
It's been a number of years,
Okay,
probably bordering a decade.
Why? Okay. Since he left Philly or since he left New York?
Since he left Philly.
Oh, actually, no. I meant to say like, how long has he? How long has it been since he left New York to come back here?
A few weeks, maybe a couple months by now.
Yeah.
Just enough to like get to town, find a roof to put over their head, and introduce them to the prince, and then the story up to this point so far.
The story unfolds.
The story's so fun. Yeah, no, this has only been maybe a month and a half ish.
How long has it? Question for the SD. How long has it been since Liam left New York to come to Philadelphia?
Oh, Liam has been here quite a while longer. The war took several months. Probably 6, 7 months at this point.
Yes, I've been out of New York for about nearly a year now. Yeah, just about over half a year. Came into Philadelphia and immediately told there's a war going on. And there was literally nothing. There was literally nothing else I could say other than, well, all right then. Found myself on this side.
Sounds like the
Going
right
up
side
against the
here.
compared to the former prince, definitely.
Well, I remember hearing about her. Also, the yeah, no, fuck that. There's a
Yes.
whole lot of that
If
going
you,
on.
if you think that our current prince is someone to be cautiously respected, Burke was someone who was definitely made to be hated.
Oh, well, I heard about some of what she did, and she deserved every bit of that hate.
Everything that came to her, let's just say that it was how do they put it? You reap what you sow.
Oh. Yeah, you don't, you don't, we don't have to talk about it.
Well, I'm absolutely willing to talk about anything you want to talk about.
Well, actually, I did have something I want to ask you about. I'm not exactly social in the sense of making friends in a not violent fashion. And I realize that I cannot beat all of my problems to death. So
Don't.
if you would be willing to teach me the art of the silver tongue, I would greatly appreciate it. And in exchange, um, offer you some help in working on those noodly arms.
I actually was going to ask if you could actually help me out with that a little bit. But I don't think that you give yourself enough credit, Oscar. I mean, you effectively have led our coterie, and you've not punched Thomas in the face yet.
Yeah, no. Percussive maintenance only works so well on certain folk, and I do not think beating him will really beat any common sense into him, because it wouldn't suppose that it would be the first time someone has tried.
Hmm. Yes. Members of his clan can be quite hardy.
There's a certain joke to be made there about durability, but I don't really think we need to be making it.
Well, I'm sure that Catherine has some stories to tell on that front.
In any case, if it's a matter of what is it that I've heard you say, equivalent exchange, right? I help you
Equivalent exchange.
throw a punch, and I learn to hurt people more with my words as opposed to the mitts.
It only seems fair. I mean, after all, like in the upcoming nights, we are going to be learning some things from Catherine.
There's that. Well, I'm already familiar with that.
Unbeknownst to the characters themselves, one of the other coterie mates has something very interesting to share with them when they get around to it.
Boy.
I'm sure they'll share in the text chat when they find time, or perhaps they'll wait to the next coterie session.
Probably.
Time will tell.
Time will tell.
Time will...
Yes, as
Time is a great
I'm
thickener of things.
Oh, it is. I'll say this with I am probably going to have to start by pulling some of my punches, just for your safety's
Probably
sake.
best. Probably
Because
best.
as much and Oscar just thinks for a second, looks at Liam for a minute, and then shrugs, and as if to say, "Ah, fuck it," says, "As much as I've thought about putting you through a wall, context is key."
I wouldn't mind that.
What'd you say?
All right, go ahead, Demon, give me a charisma and stealth. Oscar, wits and awareness.
Oh my god!
Dear.
No blood surging, and we're not gonna do any rerolls
Oh my god!
because this is a split-second thing. You either caught it or you didn't.
Okay.
Oh, that was so
Okay.
close.
Okay? That would have been interesting.
Said wits and awareness, yes.
Yep.
Oh shit!
Oh, let's see. Those are the exact same numbers.
Yep.
So I'm gonna call that a fail on Oscar's part.
Okay.
Because when in doubt, go to tie to defender, and it's a bestial fail. The only thing we're gonna do for Oscar is we're going to raise his hunger because the beast becomes very curious about what that was, very suspicious of what was said.
Just Oscar does one of these numbers. What was that?
Oh, nothing. Just something in my throat.
I know you're lying to me, but I'm not going to press the issue.
I mean, there was something in my throat.
This is all in character, by the way. Oscar is choking on his own spit. This is all in character.
Thank you, Kozen. Kozen beat me to it.
I mean, twist my arm. Wait, was that not what you were getting at? Am I misreading the situation?
If I tried to twist your arm, I think I'd end up.
Fucking dying.
Patience, ST. Patience.
You're not patience. I'm not a doctor. You're players. I'm a storyteller. There's a difference between what I do.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
We're all just gonna die. Now kiss. Yeah, no, Oscar is genuinely kind of one of those, making sure he isn't misreading the situation. Because he realizes not all dudes are into this, and he realizes while this is modern times, he is still very much, oh shit, I had this moment. Let me backtrack and make sure I'm not going to get screamed at or cussed out.
Oscar asked that, like, just go, am I misreading the situation? Like all that stuff. Liam's just gonna kind of like lean forward and then just kind of like he's just gonna lean forward, just like, I don't think you're misreading the situation. What do you think the situation is?
See, this is a trap, isn't it? This is a trap.
I don't know, is it?
See, that's not fair. And he'll just kind of do one of these numbers and is just kind of chewing on his thumb like, fuck.
Alright, Moriarty, give me a charisma and persuasion. And Oscar, resolve and composure.
Can I just fail? Can I just
not? If you would like to choose to fail, I am fully willing to accept that answer.
I don't really think Oscar has the wherewithal or the give a shit to really.
Okay. Then we'll just make sure that Liam's not botching this roll.
Well, it's 5 dice overall.
I mean, even taking half, we can do that. Oscar, if you're saying let's go home, let's get out of here, this sounds like a great idea. I mean, by your admission of choosing to fail the roll, like, I feel like that's the mindset Oscar has in your mind too.
Oh, absolutely. And he's just going to do one of these numbers where his eyes are going to rake from his forehead all the way down and then right back up into his eyes, and he's going to say, I have nothing pressing, nothing that I need to worry about, and I simply don't have any more fucks to give to the rest of the world if you wouldn't mind helping me waste the rest of my night.
Well, I did invite you into my haven earlier.
If it's
And
an
there are
invitation
certain-
that you are extending.
Oh, absolutely.
Sounds like hospitality to me.
It doesn't-
Yeah, no,
and
that's
that
what.
is, and he
And I
is
mean,
going to
even
come.
if you have the folkloric block, you got an invitation.
Yeah,
He's
no.
also going to look He's also going to look Oscar up and down, and just before locking onto his eyes as well, and then just go like, and my clan is all about hospitality.
I am going to get food. And then I am going to take you home.
You're going to take me home.
And is
I
going
mean, we can
to,
ride in
like,
the car.
as he has said this, he has inched closer and closer to Liam's face and will get, like, just within a hair's breadth of his nose and then immediately get up to go to start making his way back out to the car to go
Okay.
on hunting before he is.
Is Liam leaving at the same time?
Liam is gonna have a like that bit of a moment like after that whole interaction, and then watching Oscar leave, he's just gonna have a bit of a kind of like, God damn it, and then he's just gonna follow, and as well as that, he's also gonna help Oscar hunt.
Okay, as you guys are leaving, the individual from before, I will paste that image again, comes up to you, seems to study you guys for a second, apologizes like, oh, I'm so sorry about earlier, I'm sorry, does like, looks around like, I don't want to out you guys, I know, and we're not really safe, but like drops his tone down like, can I have you guys' names? Like we don't want the to no, I get it. But can I have your guys' names?
Donde the fuck?
You would kind of gather that he's like, hey, I know this place isn't completely masquerade safe, but he's asking, can he have your name?
Is his heart beating? Does he smell particularly delicious?
Does he seem like kindred?
Yeah, or is he kind?
Oscar, you can tell that there is a faint but probably slow heartbeat. And he smells fantastic. Liam, give me we'll call this resolve and awareness, because you're really studying this guy after what he said.
Like, is this Benny's maitre d'? Like, what the fuck?
Like he seems to have an inkling for what you guys are.
Yeah,
Seems to have picked up on that.
I don't like that.
It's not worth it. Willpower.
Okay, another point of willpower.
No, I say I'm not.
Not using it. Doesn't seem like kindred. Maybe seems kind of like mortal. Maybe a ghoul.
Who do you work for?
I don't know. I work out of town, but I'm here on some business.
Why? And we're just supposed to assume that you are who you say you are. Okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry. My name's Nolan. I'll apologize. I didn't introduce myself. So I'm Nolan. out of town, new. We're setting some stuff up outside of town because I know there's some rules that we need to abide by, and we don't want to step on toes. And we don't want to make your boss angry. So this is just a visit. Yeah, but that's about it. So can I have your guys' names?
What? Why in particular do you need our name?
I just so I know who I'm talking to.
Sorry, it just seemed a little bit out of the gate. It just caught us by surprise.
Sorry. I was raised right. Like if you make an apology, you want to make sure you apologize to the right person.
Vibe check.
Okay.
Can I lend an assist die? Because he's got the bigger pool, probably.
You can add an assist die to his wits and insight.
Wits and insight.
That's a pool of 4 for me.
That's a pool of 5 with the help dice. That is 6.
Okay, yeah, you can have that.
And I'm at 101.
Who the hell are you?
You know what? I'm gonna fish for it.
Okay.
Because why not?
Hey, that's not bad.
Not bad.
Definitely seems to be not telling the whole truth.
I don't trust this motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Especially about like who he works for and where he came from.
Yeah,
Mhm.
no, I don't.
He's telling the truth about his name.
Well, at least that's that.
There is at
and he
least
does seem
that.
genuinely sorry. When he apologizes, that seems completely genuine.
Everything else, he's full of shit.
Not full of shit. More like holding things back.
Which I guess is normal.
Which is not uncommon in the world you guys kind of live in.
That's completely fair.
Well, my friend, as much as you appear to be genuine, we are in a bit of a rush.
Yeah, no, I get that. I'm sorry. I don't want to take up all your time. I want to make sure like I apologize to the right people, but I don't know who you are. That's why I asked if I could have your name. Like if you really want to know, like I work for somebody like you guys. Not supposed to talk about it. At least not yet. Not till the place is set up.
I mean,
it's kind of like this, but it'll be, bigger.
Right. So you're trying to set up an establishment in Philadelphia.
The bosses, not in Philly, like outside of Philly. Like we know the rules.
Right.
The question is, you
We
know
don't
the
come
rules.
in.
Do you follow them in a structural manner, or are you more freeform?
A little bit more free-form-ish, you could say. We're not looking for trouble. We don't associate with those other two weirdos outside of town. Like, they're terrifying. Especially the one dude with the art gallery. Terrifying. More neutral ground.
Oh,
Neutral ground.
Yeah, like really neutral,
in the middle. In the middle of it all.
Yeah, like we don't answer to them, we don't answer to your boss, which cool that you guys do, but like we don't really do the whole boss thing, except I answer to that one boss, but he doesn't really answer to anybody else.
Can I, ST, just because I'm curious.
Mm-hmm.
Does what this guy say is what this guy's saying? Does it sound like sanctuary?
No.
No.
because he's talking about it being new. But he's definitely giving off that kind of like, I shouldn't tell you who my boss is because I might get in trouble, and I don't want to go back to him and be in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
But he does seem very polite, very genuine about apologizing and having the proper manner.
How about this? We give you names for contact reference purposes, but we get to know each other a bit more accurately, a little bit more before we just, give you this information. These things hold power. Jen?
What? Okay, sure. What do you want to know?
Just a curiosity. Has your boss contacted the man in charge here?
That's why he set up outside the limits, so we don't have to do that.
Right.
No. I'm announced. Yeah, no. Big scary lady or small scary lady that runs this place knows. Hot but terrifying.
She is.
On both fronts.
Yeah. But we're not inside like the what do you guys call it? The thing, the area, the city.
The
City
domain.
limits.
Yeah, that yes. City limits.
Right.
So
Oscar's
going to give him the name that he goes by in text. Scathrodai. Something of that variation. Because I don't know actually what the real pronunciation is, but it's Irish game.
That doesn't sound like a name.
It's what you're going to get from me. It is a name.
Okay. How about this? I can give you guys VIP cards for if you ever want to visit. It's just north, no affiliations, and you guys can have access to all the VIP rooms, no charge.
This is sus as fuck. This is sus as fuck.
It's a new club, real Den of Sin type vibes. Just north. We're not affiliated with the scary we're gonna wage a war kind of people, but also not the whole like we want to throw Molotovs at everybody.
What is the name of this upcoming establishment?
That.
Yeah. So that is, and this is Ryan having to pull that back out of his brain. He's not pausing. He knows it. It's the Cuddle Nest. COTL Nest. Or Codal Nest.
What is that?
The Cuddle Nest. And it's an establishment very much like this one.
Yeah, outside but bigger.
Outside of city limits.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like you guys can have membership cards. Like we don't really take sides. We're not really about that. We just want to make money. At least that's what the boss says. It seems legit. I mean, a shady business, but legit. You guys get it. You can probably do the same thing.
At which point, Liam is just gonna kind of like give a little swish of the wrist, and like, well, in that case, you can call me Mr. Morgan.
You guys are real elusive. You know that? You got trust issues.
We have very good reason to have them.
No, not really.
You should.
I don't have any enemies. Why would I be elusive and worried about that stuff?
Because no matter where you go, you're in here. You're in this city now.
Okay. Well, thank you. Just one more thing. I just need. Crap, he's gonna kill me. Hold on, one sec. Just can I have like one more minute of your time? Is that okay? Like,
If you wouldn't mind, please make it quick.
okay, I'm good. Sure. Yeah, no, cool. Thank you. Morgan, right? Right. Here, hand you a VIP card.
Do I notice anything?
It's really flashy. With the name of the club, a like winged serpent wrapped around that, and in big black letters across the bottom, it just says VIP. And it's like, what is that? Pearlescent. So like when you shift it in the light, it like does that little color shift thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oil and water effect.
Yeah.
Very nicely made.
Yeah, of course.
And he's just going to tuck it into his jacket pocket.
Yeah, no, then Oscar will say, if you have to call me anything, call me Mr. Ryan.
Cool. You're a bad liar. Thank you for the moment of time that you gave me, Mr. Morgan. I'm gonna be on my way. I'm gonna get back to my boss
You go do
before
that.
he calls me and freaks out, because that's gonna go bad. But I'll see you guys soon. Okay? Well, at least you got the card. Yeah. Bye. And just kind of like turns on his heels and walks away.
It's just Oscar's just gonna shake his head and walk right back out because it's keep walking to the car.
Liam's following, and he's just going to be like, well, that was interesting.
That was weird as fuck, is what it was. People have no idea how that way too open, way too honest, way too comfortable.
If you wouldn't mind, you start driving. I'm calling Valentina.
Oh, if you weren't going to
What was that?
going off to an area
Your
for
sound's
him to
going
pick
weird.
up hunting. So he's gonna drive to an area to
Oh,
hunt,
yeah.
have this conversation.
That is true, but I feel like on the way there, Liam is going to call Valentina.
It'll ring a couple times. Good evening, Mr. M. How can I help you?
Good evening, Mrs. Valentina. So we were approached by an individual at Malediction claiming to work for someone outside of the city limits. Claims to be setting up a establishment beyond the city borders called the Coddle Nest. And they're sending individuals into the city asking for their names so that they can hand out VIP cards.
Okay.
It's effectively a system. An establishment similar to Malediction.
Okay.
And they're not very subtle about it either.
Mr. Moriarty, do you need me to hold your hand for you too? Shall I shake it while you go to the bathroom?
Oh my god.
I just thought you would like to know.
It's almost like you all are fledglings lately. I don't need reports every 5 minutes. You know the rules. If you think there's something out of place, handle it.
Message received. And he, like, before he hangs up, he just goes, "Apologies."
Sounded like that went lovely.
She called us fledglings.
What? This point?
I mean, you guys call like every 10 minutes when...
Hey, we are trying to do our jobs and do it as effectively as possible, and never let it be said that no one didn't know about what was going on because somebody didn't say anything. So, CYA.
It's
CYA.
fine. Somebody in the coterie has to be the person to make decisions, and since most of the characters are probably somewhere on the non-binary, bisexual, neurodivergent spectrum and can't make any decisions amongst themselves. Oh, was that loud? I'm sorry.
Better to know than to not know. Ow, that one hurt. Let it be said that they always make sure that information does not get lost and no one can say, well, I didn't know shit. Yeah, no, you did. We made sure you did. For a reason.
Yeah, but he takes off. You guys made the call to Valentina. Oscar, you're going hunting?
Yes.
All right. We will
Liam's gonna
that.
help.
Because I'm at Hunger 3
Yeah.
and I'm not about to deal with all this at Hunger 3.
Where are you guys going? Any particular part of town or just out around Malediction?
Oh, that seems really suspect.
I need to know because obviously if you go by the Coterie Haven, you don't get your dot of whatever
Yeah.
because that's on suspension right now due to an undisclosed event.
This asshole.
Yeah. An incident which has not been defined in character.
Good question. I don't think there's anything to take advantage of at the club directly. Is there as far as eating there? Or probably not. I don't think there is a thing for that, is there?
So it would not be the role that you typically make.
Oh, never mind.
If
Nope.
you wanted,
I don't know. Oscar,
because
try
in
to
a
do
club
that.
scene, coercion's going to get you kicked out.
Yeah, no, not gonna
Like trying
deal
to
with any of
strong arm
that.
somebody.
Yeah, no, not doing that. So
You could
go
attempt to use a different pool.
I'd rather not. I will just go somewhere else. What I'm familiar with, whether it's in the area
Okay.
around their own haven or whatever have you. Whichever haven, whatever near-ish, I guess,
Okay.
Moriarty's place.
All right, right around Moriarty's. All right.
Why not? Like it. And yeah, so that is strength intimidation with the specialty. So that's oh boy, here we go. Oh shit! I need to reroll failures. Spend another willpower.
Yay!
Hey, I ate and didn't kill anybody. Woo!
Yeah, no, you are easily able to feed off somebody roaming around the streets, strong arming them into an alley, and taking what you need.
Yep, and he's doing the cloud memory thing.
Okay.
Because I don't want to say assume that I'm always using it kind of thing because I know that it's important to have it on record.
Absolutely. If you don't tell me you're using a discipline, you don't use the discipline.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely going to be using cloud memory before he parts ways with the poor soul that he munched on, and is going to like drive a little slower than he knows he needs to. So like the whole 5 miles under the speed limit that some people do whenever you're in this. That's basically what he's doing on the way back to Liam's Haven.
So driving
Assuming
just
he doesn't
real
also
careful, real slow.
yeah.
All right. Give me a composure and drive.
Excellent. That's gonna be fun.
You just said I'm driving normal, but you're like under the speed limit, like super careful. You know they pull people over that do that too, right?
Yeah, but only if they're going like 10 or 15 miles below the speed limit. Okay, you said composure and drive. Okay,
Yeah.
this is okay. And I'm back to Hunger 1, right?
Yep.
Cool. 2.
Okay, so not bad. Driving a little bit like Miss Daisy. Uh, okay, but yeah, you get back to Moriarty's apartment pretty easy.
Says, I have only been to this point, so you're going to have to lead the way, as it were.
I would just like to make a point of order that at some point in the night, and content warning here, if Oscar, like while on the drive there, if Oscar doesn't, Liam's just gonna grab his hand and put it on his thigh.
At that point, Oscar would have it that on the way back, almost like sort of subtly at first, is like having the conversation using his words, like It's like, yeah, I'm very well aware, but just yep, just holds it there.
And then he would, and then like at that he would like direct and show where the haven is.
Yep. So, for sake of speed here, the two go upstairs. We have a fade to black, unless there's a disagreement there.
Nope.
And then, as the day comes forth, and you are both drawn into day sleep, Moriarty, something catches your attention just before you're drawn into torpor for the day. Not the same wall, but another one. There seems to be things knocked off the wall, pushed out of the way, almost like something was there or like came through the wall. And when that, you see it, you note it, and just as you have time to think about it, the day sleep takes you.